Herkese merhabalar. Biz yine bir market çekimindeyiz ama bu sefer farklı bir market çekimi. Çünkü burada sadece organik ürünler var. Organik bir sürü şey var. Bunlar işte kuru baklagiller, sebze grubu, meyve grubu, et grubu, aynı zamanda süt ve süt ürünleri ve yumurta tabii ki. Şimdi yanımda Alara var. Alara bizim daha bir haftalık hastamız. Yeni operasyon geçirdi kendisi. Tüp mide ameliyatı oldu. Alara, size kendini tanıtabilir misin?
Hi, I'm Alara Yıldızlar. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I came here for my bariatric surgery 1 week, and it's been doing really well so far. I've come to learn things today.
She also knows Turkish and understands.
Çok az.
And now, do you explain for your nutrition?
Now I have a lot to learn. Now I'm only on protein shakes and water, maybe some herbal teas, but very plain right now. And now I'm learning about what I'm going to be introducing in the next coming weeks.
And drink too much water.
Yes, all the water, so much water. Always keeping hydrated, just keeping a huge jug next to me always. But it's been going well.
Did you try plain Activia,
Yep.
Ayran?
I have a little bit of plain ayran, the homemade, just 2 things of yogurt, and that's it.
And Sharon, can you introduce
Sure.
also to
So I'm Sharon Zarabi. I'm a bariatric dietitian at New York City's Lenox Hill Hospital. I'm also the bariatric program director and have a background in fitness training. So we cover all bases of wellness. And I'm very excited to be here, and we're excited to work with you. You've been a great student so far.
Şimdi organik marketi biraz gezeceğiz. Sharon'a da Amerika'da nasıl olduğuna dair sorular da soracağım bu beslenmeyle alakalı. Hadi şimdi gezelim. Aslında buradan başlayabiliriz. Çünkü neden? Burada ilikli kemik suyu, tavuk suyu var. İlk bir hafta berrak sıvılar döneminde hastalarımıza bu tarz şeyler öneriyoruz. Su, protein içeceği ve aynı zamanda bu tarz şeker ilavesi, komposto ve et tavuk suları tüketebiliyorlar. And Sharon, how about your nutrition for 1 week?
So for the first day after surgery, we usually have our patients on a clear liquid diet. So you're very limited with mostly water. A lot of the patients say that they may not like the taste of water. So I tell them to enhance it or infuse it with a little bit of fruit, mint, lemon, grapefruit, just to give it a little bit of a flavor. Yes, and herbal teas I've seen are a big thing here in Turkey, so you guys have them in all different flavors. And then from day 2 to day 14, they can move on to a full liquid diet. So the liquid doesn't need to be clear. It could be like a thick, opaque. So we're usually, emphasizing protein. The goal is to get, 40 at least minimum in the beginning to 60 to 80 grams as you work your way up. And while the new sleeve is healing and there's a lot of inflammation, we can really just have liquids, okay? So the stomach is going through a recovery phase. The staple line needs to be secure. So most of our patients are on protein shakes, and we have a product here that we met with BariFit, and they have a protein powder with a whole array of
protein in there, just whey protein.
Yes, so there's whey protein in there, and you can make that into a protein shake with using, almond milk. This specifically is sugar-free because we don't want to get too much sugar from our beverages. And again, if you want to add some flavor to it, this is an unsweetened cocoa powder. So this is a very good way to give your beverages, your protein shakes, a little bit of flavor. And then using the whey protein powder. And sometimes it's also very important. Broth, okay, is a great way to get. Yes, and it's collagen, and this is good to help boost your immune system, and also for bone health. So I see that you guys have bone broth, and of course this is organic. So we're getting the best of the best here.
Ameliyattan sonra biliyorsunuz ki ilk 3 ay protein takviyesi kullanmamız çok önemli. Bu protein takviyelerini ister suyla ister sütle hazırlayabiliyorsunuz. İnek sütüne karşı hassasiyeti olanlara da bu tarz badem sütü veya diğer yulaf sütü ve benzeri sütlerden de önerebiliyoruz. Şimdi diğer tarafa bir bakalım.
And sorry, one more thing. Here we also have eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. 1 egg has 7 grams of protein. So
Their mommy's milk, I think the best one.
yes, yes, this is a great way to get that even lutein. And so if you took chicken broth and boiled it and then took an egg and cracked it in there, during your full liquid phase, so for the first 2 weeks, here you have some natural made egg drop soup. So you have two sources of protein.
And also they have too much organic fruit and vegetable. Can you explain for us what is the organic?
So organic, I'm not sure if the standards are any different here in Turkey, but they're limited with pesticide use, and you're keeping it as clean and as natural as possible. A lot of organic farmers are following very ethical farming practices, so you are getting your most bang for your buck with organic produce. Yes, so usually what you'll see in conventional farming, everything looks so perfect and so shiny and so edible, but things that come from nature have its own beauty. So yes, there's going to be different marks, things are going to come in different shapes and different sizes. Organic usually also means that they're smaller, they're not so giganticized, because when we start putting hormones in our fruits and our vegetables, they start to become very large. So sometimes smaller is better.
They have no, I think, hormones in just the organic.
They're so small.
Tomato beauty shot.
Yes, in New York we don't have such small tomatoes.
No.
But we also have a wide variety of leafy green vegetables which are extremely high in fiber. And fiber is very, very important, especially after bariatric surgery.
Or antioxidants.
Yes, and more antioxidants, more phytochemicals, and these are all to help prevent any other disease. And we also know that when we add fiber to our diet, it not only helps, it takes up space in the stomach so it keeps you full, but it also helps keep you regular. And I always tell our patients whatever goes in must come out.
Yes.
So this roughage helps clean you out. It's like a sponge that soaks up all the toxins.
Yeşil yapraklı sebzeler her zaman çok daha fazla lif ve çok daha fazla antioksidan içeriyorlar. Aynı zamanda mide kapasitesini daha fazla doldurduğu için de topluğun uzun sürmesine yardımcı oluyor. 5. haftadan sonra sen de çiğ sebzelere, meyvelere başladığın zaman sana bolca yeşil yapraklı sebze vereceğim. Şimdiden haberin olsun. And also we have beans and legumes in there.
Yes. So beans are, I call them a superfood. Beans tend to, if you look at the variety that are here, beans are actually, you're getting double bang for your buck. They're high in protein, they're high in fiber, they're very, very filling. You can make these into a pureed soup if you wanted. You can make this into a paste, so think of like a hummus paste. And yeah, I mean, it's a great way to get all the nutrients.
They're also too important for the puree type, and then the other type maybe with minced meat.
Yes, with minced meat. And then going back to just one more thing with the greens, during the full liquid phase, so when you might be getting bored of just the protein shakes all the time, you can change up the flavor a little bit. So if you take some of these collard greens here and you blend them with your protein powder, that way you're getting like a super green smoothie. And to cut even the bitter flavor that the green might give, you might be able to add some organic fruits such as berries. But always try and have more of the greens than the fruit, because the fruit in too large quantities the sugar can add up, and we want to keep our sugar levels low.
Okay, and the nuts. Turkish people love too much nuts, and they are here.
Yeah, so nuts also I think are another, we call them superfoods. Again, when we say superfoods, they have a lot of nutritional value to them. They have protein, they have fiber, and they have a great source of omega-3 essential fatty acids. And a lot of the times when people are constipated, there could be three things wrong. They're either not getting enough water, they're not getting enough fat, and fat lubricates for things to keep moving, or they're not getting enough fiber, and fiber, as we mentioned, helps bulk it up. So I always say having some nuts can help. However, once you pop, you can't stop with nuts. So it's very important to always, read the labels. And I know Marva, as a dietitian, you're always teaching the patients to look at the labels and understand serving sizes. You can't just eat out of the bag. I know in Turkish culture, nuts is something you just sit and you talk and you socialize. But I try to tell my patients to measure them out and put them in little baggies, because if you're eating out of a large container, you can be eating more than you think.
Türk insanları biliyorsunuz sizler de çok fazla seviyoruz bu çiğ ya da pişmiş kuru yemişleri. Ama kuru yemişler de fazla tüketildiği zaman yeterinden daha fazla, gereğinden daha fazla kalori alımına sebep oluyor. O yüzden cerrahi sonrasında ilk tercih tabii ki değil, düşük hacimde yüksek kalori içerdiği için, ama porsiyonuna dikkat ederek özellikle 6. aydan sonra ara öğünlerinizde peynirle beraber sizler için seçenek olabilecek şeyler bunlar da.
So when we had lunch today, you asked a great question.
When can I have spicy food? I love hot sauces, spices on my food. It was like one of my biggest weaknesses, so getting something spicy on it. So I always wanted to know like when I could reintroduce that into my diet.
Aylara yemeklerinde baharat kullanmayı çok seviyor. Özellikle de acı baharatlar. Şimdi merakı ameliyattan ne kadar zaman sonra acı baharatlar tüketebileceğine yönelik. Biz genellikle ilk 1-2 hafta mide asiditesini etkilememesi adına çok fazla acı baharatlar önermiyoruz. Ama kekik, kimyon, nane gibi diğer baharatları kullanabiliyorlar. Ve sonrasında yavaş yavaş acı baharatları da dahil ediyorlar beslenmeye. And how about in America for
So I think one of the things that I love coming to Turkey is that you have such a variety of spices, and my favorite part is the spice market. I think herbs and spices really enhance the flavor of food, and a lot of the times when we eat, we're looking for that taste and that flavor, but we just eat larger quantities to satisfy that. This is a wonderful way to make your food taste good. You can start using them as soon as you're using pureed foods. However, if you're looking for something spicy like the hot sauce that you spoke about, or the habanero or chili peppers, I would say to hold off when you're on a solid food stage, because what happens is at least the food can soak the acid that sometimes these spicy foods can cause. And again, but using more of like the cinnamon, the turmeric, a little bit of black pepper, all of that you can start as soon as you're in your puree phase, or even add in soups. And just think of equal ratio. So if you're using a little bit of food, just don't use too much of that hot sauce.
Sharon biraz önce aslında besin etiketi okumanın öneminden de bahsetti. Çünkü mesela örneğin buna bakıyoruz. Bakın içindekiler kısmında organik böğürtlen, konsantre üzüm suyu, limon tuzu var. Ürünün içerisine şeker ilave edilmemiş olması ürünün kalitesi açısından çok önemli.
Oh, so here we have zeytun, and this is an olive paste, and olives again are a great source of healthy fats and oils. So if the patients complain of constipation, I would say take a spoonful, 1 tablespoon. You can eat this in a pureed or pate type phase, and it's very, very filling also, and there's a lot of flavor in here. So if you're looking to kind of switch up things, this would be fine during your puree phase.
Ameliyattan sonra protein ağırlıklı beslenmek çok önemli. Proteinler aynı zamanda yağ içeriği olan da ürünler, ama ekstra yağ tercih edilecekse avokado veya zeytin gibi bunlar doğru yağ kaynaklarından tercih edilmeli. Maybe you can explain for us saturated and unsaturated fats.
Yeah, sure. So I think fats in America have gotten such a bad reputation, and it's really important to understand the difference between saturated fats and unsaturated fats. And when you break down even the unsaturated fats, you have your poly and your mono. But to keep it simple, I think that you really want to look for foods that don't come in a solid form. So think of like margarine as solid, but when you're looking at this olive oil, it's in liquid. And what we found, there's a lot of research that backs up the health benefits of mono and polyunsaturated fats. They actually help lower your risk of cardiovascular disease. But what happens is when we start using a lot of saturated fats that we find in mostly animal products, they tend to build up a plaque in your arteries and again can increase your risk of heart disease. So when you start cooking, olive oil, sesame seed oil, any of the nuts and the plants and the seeds that turn into oils, are going to be your best bet. So don't shy away from the fats. They're healthy for you, of course, in moderation.
Ve karbonhidratlar, makarna ve diğerleri. Ameliyattan sonra 3. aydan itibaren biz hastalarımıza ekstra karbonhidratlardan daha sağlıklı olanlarını öneriyoruz. İşte pirinç yerine bulgur, normal makarna yerine tam tahıllı makarna gibi. Bunlar aslında sağlıklı karbonhidratlar dediğimiz gibi ama doğru olanını seçmek yine ameliyattan sonra sizin elinizde. Do you want a pasta?
Sure. Why not? I mean, of course, like you crave carbs, especially having it after like, let's say like 20 years and just having mostly carb related food, then it's hard to just be like, I'm not gonna get anything with carbs, like specifically like that kind of carb, like a bread or a pasta. But now I have to learn like what other kind of carbs there are.
Maybe after your third month, you can, of course, they prefer for the whole grain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more complex.
Do they, so, and in the States, and I'm sure you do this too, we don't like to make anything forbidden. Everyone thinks, well, when I have the gastric sleeve surgery, when I have weight loss surgery, I'm never going to be able to eat this. And I say, no, actually you can eat anything. We just try to teach you why you need to stay away from it. Carbohydrates tend to, they're not a source of, they're not a nutrient dense food, they're calorically dense. So to give you a peace of mind when you do want to eat a carbohydrate, always have your plate filled with a protein and a vegetable, and make sure you eat your protein first, eat your vegetables second, and then have the pasta at the end of the meal. And that way you're not eating larger quantities of it.
Aslında bariatrik cerrahi sonrasında yiyemeyeceğiniz hiçbir şey yok. Sadece düşük hacimde yüksek kalorili olup size yanlış enerji sağlayacak besinlerden bir tık daha uzak kalmanız gerekiyor. Ama tabakları önce protein, sonra sağlıklı sebze ve yeşillik ve ardından sizin için sağlıklı olacak karbonhidratlarla doldurabilirsiniz.
Oh, look, there's ice cream and everybody thinks organic is healthy. And you know, maybe an alternative, like one of the tips that I tell my patients when it comes to ice cream and desserts, you know, ice cream is very high in sugar, and sugar is usually what brings the patients to, you know, consult with us. So it's not that you can't have ice cream, you know, if you had a Greek yogurt, okay, you're getting that creamy texture, and then you can take the cocoa powder and make a chocolate flavored yogurt, and then from there, if you wanted to even blend that with some a little bit of a banana, you're getting your sugar naturally from the fruit, so that can be an alternative to your ice cream.
And it's your organic ice cream, and made it.
Yes, it's homemade, and you should take pride in the foods that you cook yourself.
Burada da yulaf ezmeleri ve özellikle son dönemin en popüler besinlerinden olan chia var. Yulaf ezmesi sağlıklı karbonhidratlar dediğimizde aklınıza gelebilecek ilk besinlerden biri olabilir. Özellikle 4. 5. haftadan sonra kahvaltıya alternatif, yani kahvaltınızdaki yumurtaya alternatif olarak yoğurt, yulaf, meyve birlikteliklerini deneyebilirsiniz. Çok güzel bir besin. How about oatmeal?
So I think oatmeal is a great way. So this is a carbohydrate. So a lot of people think when I have bariatric surgery, I'm on a no carb diet. We actually do encourage, you know, high fibrous carbohydrates such as oats. They're minimally processed. It's a one ingredient item. This is a great breakfast idea. It does, you know, when you cook oatmeal, it blows up a little, so it takes up some space, and that's really what helps keep you full after eating a meal, so you can't eat too much of it. So oats are a great way to start your day. It's a good source of carbohydrates. They're complex carbs, so they take longer to be digested. And anything that takes long to be digested usually keeps you full longer. And then to get, you know, even extra benefits, we have chia seeds. And chia seeds also, you know, they're these little black seeds, and when you put them in a liquid, they tend to gelatinize a bit, so they grow. And these mixed in with the oatmeal, and whether you're cooking it in a milk or in a boiling water, is a great way to kind of, if you're feeling a little stuck and you're not able to go to the bathroom, this would be a great concoction. You could add chia seeds to anything, whether it's oatmeal, whether it's Greek yogurt, and even to boiling water in the beginning phase.
It's like a jelly.
It's like a jelly, but as we mentioned, when you start to increase your protein and increase your fiber, you really need to also increase your hydration. So water is very important to start focusing on during these additions of the nutrients.
Burada ufak bir ipucu vermemiz gerekiyor. Özellikle chia tüketirken chia'nın miktarına çok dikkat etmelisiniz. Günlük alınması gereken miktarı ve chia yediğiniz günlerde ekstradan su içmeniz de gerekiyor. Ve market alışverişimizin sonuna geldik. Burada çok fazla güzel ürün var ve hepsini az çok size tanıtmaya çalıştık. Thanks for everything, Sharon and Alara.
Thank you.
Thank you.